Hello, it's good to be with you again, sitting in this seat on video to you. It feels like a long time since I've done this. I wanted to just take a few moments of your time to talk to you about the APCM, our church's annual meeting, which is going to happen on October the 19th. It's the time when we look back at what we've been doing, when we look forward at what we hope to do, but also when we elect people to serve on the church council, the PCC, and to be church wardens. I wonder if I asked you what your favourite Bible passage was, I wonder what it would be. I guess it would be something that was quite exciting, like the fall of the walls of Jericho, or deeply, powerfully moving, like the Passion narratives, Jesus' progression to the crucifixion, and then his rising from the dead, with all the salvation that brings. Or maybe something energising, like the coming of the Holy Spirit at the beginning of Acts. Whatever it is, they'll pull to us and they'll have a resonance with us, whatever we do. One of my favourite passages is quite an odd passage really, because it's just a list of names. 34 verses really of just names. And it's Nehemiah chapter 3. Nehemiah goes back to Jerusalem to rebuild the broken down city and to rebuild the walls that surround it. Now he can't do it on his own. And so he calls the people of the city to build the section of the wall near where they live. And so we get a whole chapter where we read of people going out to different parts of the wall and rebuilding it. They weren't stonemasons, they weren't bricklayers, but they heard the call to rebuild the wall. And so we hear about them rebuilding the Fish Gate, rebuilding the Jeshna Gate, rebuilding the walls of the Valley Gate, rebuilding the Fountain Gate and all the walls next to it, and the families come out and they rebuild alongside and under the direction of Nehemiah. When it comes to our APCM, I'm looking for those people who will come out and stand next to me and build. Build Christchurch, the city of God in this place, a beacon of God in this place. And I'm not looking for people who are expert bricklayers. I'm not looking for well-seasoned and time-served stonemasons. I'm looking for people, for families who will stand with me and will build. We'll pick up what's around and build something new, something strong, something purposeful, something which glorifies God and is fit for God. Whatever's on your heart, whether it's youth work or children's work or music and worship, whether it's outreach and mission, whether it's the new building project, whether it's the fabric of the buildings that we have, I'm asking you to come and to build with me. We've got a lot of vacancies this year on our PCC, something like 12 vacancies. 4 of them are for Deanery Synod, which is the kind of local gathering of churches, and the rest of them, 7 of them, that's not my maths, but there you go, the rest of them are for people to sit on the church council. You have to be 21 and over, you have to be baptised, and you have to be on the electoral roll. But you don't have to be the face that everybody knows. You don't have to be an expert in this or that. You have to be somebody who wants to build alongside everybody else who wants to build. That's the key thing. You have to be prayerful. You have to say, Lord, what are we building? Let's build it together. And that's even more critical when it comes to choosing our church wardens. We've got a vacancy for 2 church wardens this year, which is unusual. We need people who will stand with us and say, what shall we build? Let's build it together. What can I do? We've learned over these last few months that actually the time constraints and the time demands of being a church warden don't need to be as heavy as they have been in the past. We've also learned that this needs to be a wonderfully collaborative and supportive ministry together with me and the church wardens. We know that this is a role that carries legal responsibilities, and there are some time demands, not least coming to the PCC and being at church on a Sunday morning. But if you feel that you want to work with me and the rest of the leadership team and become part of that leadership team, prayerfully, joyfully, and in fellowship, leading the church forward, then I would love you to get in touch. I would love you to find out more, and we're going to put a job description up on the website as well. If on your heart is the increase of God's kingdom and the joy of this place and the promoting of the love of God to those around us, inside and outside the building, if you've got a bit of an eye for business, a bit of a head for keeping track of what's going on, if you've got a passion for the church to grow, then I really want to hear from you. And the church really needs to hear from you. If any of these things have sparked an interest, whether you feel like you're on the fringes or not, whether you feel like you're a face that's known by many or not, now is the time, this is the moment to come forward and say, what about me? With this many vacancies, probably we won't even get a vote. Now is the time to come forward and say, can I serve? Can you use me? Please do get in touch. The Lord needs us to rebuild this wall. God bless.